saw the toothbrush. שלושה אורחים צעירים יש לנו הפעם, שלושתם אורחים של תחרות רובינשטיין, משתתפים בתחרות. הזדמנות פז בשבילנו לשמוע כמה הם נפלאים, כמה הם מנגנים נהדר, וגם לדבר איתם, לשמוע קצת על החיים שלהם. שלום קונסטנטין.
Shalom, Arie.
מה שלומך?
That was the end of my Hebrew. Thank you for having me.
שלום שרה. שלום צוטנה.
Shalom.
What a beautiful name you have, צוטנה.
Oh, thank you. Tsotne used to be a hero in Georgia, so he was very famous, and he's still famous, like very famous.
Konstantin,
Yes.
We have known each other for ages.
10 years.
I met you for the first time 10 years ago.
Yes.
You just left Russia and came to America.
Yes, that was my second summer in America at Piano Fest in the Hamptons. I can't believe I'm thinking in decades now.
10 years ago.
Yes.
And you were born in Moscow.
Yes, born and raised in Moscow.
I can see that you feel at home in the television studio. How come?
Well, I had a short stint as a co-anchor of children's news on Russian national television, where I had to do all sorts of things which were amusing, including demonstrating personal hygiene in front of the camera. So I'm always prepared.
Yeah, with toothbrush. So you were a big television star.
Well, I don't know how, the time will show how big a star I ever was, but I think I gargled on camera.
How old were you?
I was 13, 14, 15.
And did you play the piano on camera also?
No, that was just pure pure tooth infomercial type of thing. No, I mean, I'm kidding. We do all sorts of things, but no, it was not related. It was kind of my after-school activity. It was what I did not do when I practiced.
Your parents are artists.
Yes.
They are painters?
Yes, they're my whole family of painters.
And then the family decided to move to Manhattan.
No, actually, they all stayed in Moscow. I was the one who moved. I guess I always felt I wanted to be somewhat independent from, you know, the dynasty of painters. So first, I disappointed my parents by not becoming a painter. So my poor sister really didn't have a choice. So when they asked me, you know, if I liked practicing, I loved practicing in concept, but I really had to practice because if I didn't practice enough as a kid, they would have made me into a painter. So it was either piano or paint, piano or paint. And so. And then when so first I didn't follow their footsteps, and then I decided that I wanted to live out an American dream.
And you studied at Juilliard?
Yes, with Jerome Lowenthal.
And what would you like to play for us?
A wonderful transcription of Schumann's song, The Spring Night, which is very apt because spring is around.
Okay. Thank you, Konstantin. That was so beautiful, and I loved your cantabile, your singing. Tell me, are you a Russian pianist?
Well, that is what I guess I was since I got delivered in Moscow. But I believe, you know, I was very lucky to have amazing teachers in Russia and in America, where I studied with Jean Lowenthal, who you so well know, and who studied in France and in New York. So I believe that right now, I would say I'm international.
So when you play the Schumann, you
I
don't
feel
think...
German.
Okay.
When I play Russian, I feel Russian. When I play French, I love French repertoire, and I always have this strange feeling about the French, like I've been there before, and I haven't really. I mean, I've been to France, but not.
And now you are going to be Polish and play
I'm
for
going to
us.
be Polish, yes.
Yeah. An etude by Chopin.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Konstantin. That was really so brilliant. Sotnik, I heard you playing Chopin in the competition, and I thought that after this brilliant Chopin, we need a little bit of Chopin with the suffering soul, the real Chopin of the mazurkas.
Yes.
You played it so well in the competition.
Thank you.
I suppose that your people, the Georgian, they have some affinity to the human pain, or...
They certainly do. I mean, Georgian people are very musical, I guess, and they're very musical. They're very emotional, and the deep emotion that in Chopin's music is involved. I think this really matches.
You were born in Tbilisi.
I was born in eastern part of Georgia.
I see.
Georgia, the country, not the state. And then I moved to Tbilisi, and I live in Tbilisi, yes.
Such a beautiful city, so artistic, so spiritual, and also the country, the land, the vineyards, the mountains.
Yes, and I actually have a countryside and a small vineyard.
Oh,
yes.
So you produce your own wine?
Well, actually, my grandmother and grandfather, they both produce wine, and
Tsinandali or what?
Well, it's called Saperavi,
Okay.
and then Katsiteli, and they're just fabulous.
Don't you miss your homeland now being in America? You are in Boston, aren't you?
Yes, I study in Boston, New England Conservatory, and I'm in the studio of Mr. Alexander Konstantin.
That's wonderful. You study in America, but still with a Georgian teacher,
professor, yes,
whom we love so much because he won first prize at the Rubinstein competition, and he was a guest in this studio and played for us, and he's a dear friend of mine. You are going to play for us two mazurkas.
Yes. So I'm going to play two mazurkas, Opus 30, number 1 and 2. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tsotne. That was heart-touching. Wonderful Chopin playing. Sarah, you are American.
Yes.
Your family name is Daneshpur.
Yes.
Sounds to me Iranian, am I
Very
right?
much. Yes, very right.
So your family is from Iran?
Yes.
Have you visited Iran?
Yes, many times.
Recently?
Many times. About 4 or 5 years ago. Many of my relatives are still in Shiraz and Tehran.
You surely speak the language.
Yes.
At home you speak with your parents?
Yes.
Iranian?
Yes.
That's fantastic. Say something in Iranian.
Okay. خیلی خوشحالم با شما هستم. It means I'm very happy to be here with you.
We are more than happy to be here with you, Sarah. And having your beautiful name, you know, for the Jews, Sarah cannot be more beautiful. You studied classical music in America. How come? Was it part of your family tradition?
No, actually, my parents aren't musicians or artists, or they're just like my mom's a nurse and my father's an engineer. So I mean, my mom just put my brother first to piano lessons because he's older, and then naturally I just went after him, and it just was a very organic process.
Your parents left Iran as students? I think I met your father.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But I forgot the story.
Yeah, I mean, my parents actually met in America, but they separately went out of Iran to study, just to further their studies. So, yes, they studied abroad.
I asked Konstantin about his Russian roots as a pianist.
Yes.
Is he a Russian pianist? You can guess what I'm going to ask you.
I mean, I don't know if I can. We don't have a real history of classical music, like pianists coming out of Iran, especially like classical musicians, Western classical music. But I mean, I'm still my parents are from Iran, so I have as Totni was saying. Yeah, as Totni was saying, there is a lot of that either a lot of history that comes along with being part Iran, being Iranian, and so that all the pain and the sorrow and the happiness, and there is something that kind of is part of you still.
You know, we used always to laugh to say somebody plays Jewish.
Yeah.
He doesn't play Jewish, he plays Jewish. And I can tell you that you played more Jewish than anybody else in the competition. Any explanation for that?
I have no explanation.
Maybe the name of Sarah.
Maybe.
I wanted certainly to play Chopin because I loved it in the competition, and I wanted Konstantin to play what I loved in the competition. From you, I loved so much the end of Abegg Variations, and that will be followed by one Scarlatti sonata, which is so sad and heart-touching. So let's hear the very end of the Abegg Variation, where your hands are flying in the air, and then when you touch my heart, in the Jewish interpretation of Scarlatti. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for the beautiful dream of Scarlatti. Please join us. And now I would like to say the following. You all came for the Rubinstein competition, so apparently you are rivals. You should hate each other.
Right, haven't we all our lives? Yes. No, well, as you said yourself so beautifully, the opening, that it's more of a festival. And I think I certainly have felt that way, and I think probably my colleagues will agree. Having live audience matters.
You stay in the same hotel, so
Yes.
what's going on in the corridors, in the lobby?
Well, I think the environment is very friendly, and well,
Why? You could be nasty.
yes, I know, but it is a festival, and that's
But
why.
if she feels well, she will play well, and you don't want her to play well.
I want her to play well.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I want everybody to play well.
No, there was a curious thing because, you know, we were given the rules of the hotel with a quiet hour that is between 2 and 4 in the afternoon and no practicing past 9 o'clock. And there were a couple of people who were practicing right through the
Excuse me
breaks.
for cutting you and just mentioning that in the hotel, each one of you got a piano in his hotel room.
Yes,
That's amazing.
that is.
And is it soundproof, or you can hear how he
course.
practices?
Of course, you can hear everything.
So you can
hear...
spy.
Yeah, but you can never know who... You have to first find out who is in that room before you can
Okay.
spy. Otherwise, maybe a cleaning lady.
I see.
Cleaning
oh,
lady
she can.
cannot play.
She can
No.
play the piano.
But half of them are Russians.
But that doesn't matter. Trust me.
Well.
Not all the Russians play. Not all the Russians.
Sarah, competitions are awful, aren't they?
Yes,
I
they
try
are.
not to think of it like that. I honestly, like, for me, it might sound silly, but I try to treat it as a performance. Because I mean, from the start, like, it's so hard to, first of all, judge 34 pianists that have practiced so long, every day, like, and so, I mean, everyone is, like, trying to give their best. And with art, you can't judge it, you know. You can't compare. So I just try to go and try to communicate something, try to communicate with the audience and leave them so that when they leave the hall, something has been added to them, like to their experience. And
Yeah, that's what we dream of a concert, that at the end of the concert, like a good book, that when you finish to read this book, you are a different person. When you finish to hear this concert, you become a different person. Tsotne, were you disappointed?
Actually, no, because I didn't come here for competition, and I don't like this word competition.
Yeah.
Because that's just a matter of personal taste, I think, and the jury and everything. So I didn't come here for a competition. I came here to try to make music as best as I can.
And I don't think that you have any reason to be disappointed, because the audience received you so warmly,
Yeah,
and
the
you
audience.
had fantastic reviews in the newspapers,
Yeah.
in the media, all the three of you.
Oh.
Last questions. Would you go to another competition?
I would like to do it once more, maybe, before I'm too old. You know,
Sarah,
to do them.
yes.
Would you take another competition?
Yes. I think, well, actually, I have to, because
Why do you have to?
because I have to go to Tchaikovsky competition.
Okay. Good luck.
about a
Good
couple
luck. Good
weeks.
luck. Good luck. Tsotne, you are the youngest here.
I guess so, yes.
So, you can come again to the Rubinstein in 3 years.
I'll try.
Actually, you too.
Yes.
You should, the two of you. Please do.
I'll
We'll come
try
together.
Okay.
Yeah, high five.
Okay. Okay, I think that this is a fantastic moment to finish our short show. I wish we had more time. Thank you very much for playing so wonderfully here and at the competition. ובעברית אני רק רוצה לומר הרבה תודה, 1000 תודות לתחרות רובינשטיין. משום התחרות הזאת, בגלל התחרות הזאת, יש לנו כאן נקודת מפגש של פסנתרן רוסי צעיר, ושל פסנתרנית איראנית שגרה באמריקה ושהיא בעצם אמריקאית, ושל פסנתרן גרוזיני שאנחנו כל כך אוהבים את האומנים הגרוזינים, והם כולם נפגשים כאן כידידים שמנגנים לקהל שלנו. תודה רבה, תודה.